Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter when you may be catching this particular broadcast. I am super excited to be coming to you guys. It is Tuesday. I hope you guys have had an amazing Monday, a start to your week. Man, woo, we are talking about reposition for success. That is our message this week. So, first and foremost, I want to know, is everybody hearing me clearly? We had a snafu yesterday where I did a whole training and did not know that people could not hear me. So, please let me know that you can hear me clearly on this particular broadcast because I don't want to go a half hour or an hour and you not be able to hear me. Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Eh, 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 eh. A mic check 1 2 1 2. A mic check 1 2 1 2. I don't know about y'all, but I like Tuesdays. So I don't see any messages coming through just yet. So I don't know if you guys can hear me. I hope you can. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Woo! We have sound. Okay, great. So, super excited, guys. We are starting a new series this week, and the series is that part repositioned for success. I know some of you are like, man, I'm so sick of moving. You're like, I'm so sick of being positioned and repositioned, but I got you. I got you. The reason why you are being repositioned for success is because it's not a reposition of you physically. Oh, I hope y'all catch this morning. It's not a repositioning of you physically. It's a repositioning of you emotionally, mentally. It's a repositioning of your mind. It's a repositioning of your words. And so I want you to have an understanding that the series we're going into is not for you just to move. It's for you to shift some things in your mind and shift what you've been speaking out of your mouth. And so the repositioning is not about your place and your where you are standing. It's about where you are looking. It's about what you are listening to. And so today is all about taking on a different vantage point. I get so many people when we get to a certain point in our lives, we kind of look up and we looking around and it's like, okay, we gained a few pounds, probably in some areas we did not want to gain. We we're not really at the level that we wanted to be at. We didn't achieve the things we wanted to achieve. And we're kind of looking around like, where the heck are we right now? And I want to shift your mind to understand that you are at a starting point or you are at a mile marker. This is not the finish line, no, and that's what you were trying to go for, and that's okay. But this is your mile marker. And the mile marker lets you know how far you've come. So I need you guys to understand that wherever you are right now, it doesn't matter what did not work yesterday. It doesn't matter what did not work last week. Wherever you are right now, this is your mile marker to show you that you are moving and that you are taking action. This is your mile marker to show you that you did not quit. So I need you to have this understanding. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. You look, this is your mile marker. I need you to have this understanding. Reach out to me, sis. I need you to have this understanding. This is your mile marker. And so while other people are going and attempting to try to reinvent themselves, this is about to hit home for a couple people. For those who have been trying to reinvent themselves, they started this whole year with a new year, new me mentality. It wasn't necessarily that you needed a whole new you. It was that you just needed a new mindset. It was that you just needed some new words that you were speaking out of your mouth, simply because sometimes the words that we speak out of our mouths are contradicting the journey that we're on. I hope y'all was ready for this morning. I don't know if y'all were, but we in here now, so y'all about to get it. The words that you're saying out of your mouth, it's contradictory to what it is that you said you wanted to achieve. It's contradictory to where it is you said you wanted to go. And so you're saying you want to be the CEO and millionaire, right? In one instance. But then right behind that, you're saying how you're always broke. You're saying that you never have any money. You never get any opportunities. These are the things that we're saying to ourselves. But we said to other people that we wanted to be the millionaire. We wanted to be debt free. We wanted to be in a new house. We said that we wanted to be married. We said that we said those things. But then in our minds, we're saying to ourselves, I gained too much weight for somebody to love me. I don't have enough education for somebody to pay for my services. This is where this is literally where we are as a people. And it comes from what we listen to, it comes from what we watch, it comes from what we hear. I mean, like literally on a consistent basis, we are going and cultivating this self negativity, this self bashing. We're cultivating it within ourselves. We'll never tell somebody that we think less of ourselves sometimes, but we'll think it in our minds. And I had to laugh because I'm gonna give a great example. So Tyler Perry did a movie, and the movie he did was on Netflix, and it was called A Fall from Grace. Now, I watched the movie. I watched it not once, not twice, but 3 times. Don't judge my lifestyle because I'm always taking things from what I watch. But I watched it once with my youngest, I watched it once with my oldest, and then I watched it with my sister, my mentor, and my aunt. And because I wanted to, it brought up some conversations of discussion for families. If you did not know, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it did. It brought up some conversations that we need to be having as a culture, as a community, as generations. It brought up some really interesting things that needed to be discussed. But this is the thing: before the movie even came out, critics were bashing him. He's bringing his horrible movies to Netflix. Oh, he needs to get writers. He needs to get this. He needs to get that. So many negative responses all throughout social media, all throughout the media itself. He got so much negativity. But this was the difference. He never spoke an ill word about it. He spoke positively about the movie. He spoke positively about them wigs. He spoke positively about the actors and actresses. He spoke positively about it. And let me tell you something. It's because he has gotten to a point where he has repositioned his mind for success. How many of you have repositioned your mind for success? Because I can tell you something. If you have not repositioned your mind for success, it doesn't matter what you put on your smart board, on your vision board, with your smart goals. It doesn't matter. If you have not repositioned your mind for success, the first time somebody tells you you're not good enough, you'll stop. The first obstacle thrown in your way, you will give up because it'll be too hard. The first time. And so he did not quit. He didn't listen. They talked about how he only did the movie in 5 days. They talked about, I mean, everything that they could talk about from this man, they talked about it. They talked bad about it. I mean, threw him under the bus. Can I tell y'all something? And I just saw the article yesterday. Week 1, 26 million views. Can I tell y'all something? If you listen to what the naysayers have coming out of their mouths and you start saying that to yourself, you'll never even understand how far you can reach. You'll never understand the people that you can touch with whatever it is you're supposed to be doing. Because if he would have listened to them and said, you know what, I'm going to pull it, 26 million people would not have watched it. Have you repositioned your mind for success? And in repositioning your mind for success, are you doing so to where you now know how to block out the negativity? You guys know I'm very transparent about this journey. I've had people tell me all types of things, and I'm sure many of you have had the same things happen. Repositioning your mind for success means that I need to do a couple things. And so I'm going to hit y'all with this, and I need y'all to make sure you are writing it down, that you are not just writing it down, that you are implementing it, that you are not just implementing it, but you are consistent in implementing it. How are you waking up in the morning? What is the first thing that you're doing in the morning? It's valuable. Many people get up in the morning and they're in a rush because you didn't hit the snooze button 15 times. That's not repositioning your mind for success. Because can I tell you something? Someone who is successful, they enjoy waking up. I'm sorry. I that was a brick. Y'all can go ahead and put the little people with the hard hats and the ambulance in the comments. That was a brick, and I understand it was a brick because it was one that I had to throw at myself at times. How are you waking up in the morning? That is one of the most critical pieces of your day. When you wake up, how you set your mind in the morning is how you set your day. Have you ever been somebody who's woken up late and been in a rush and the rest of your day does not go in alignment? The rest of your day is all out of whack because you're rushing from that morning and you just can't get it back. You can't snap into your regular flow. What did you do this morning to wake up? And when you woke up, what was the first thing that you did? Did you pray? Did you listen to an audiobook? Did you read scriptures? One of the most dangerous things we can do as entrepreneurs, as mothers, as wives, as husbands, as fathers, uncles, aunts, grandparents, one of the most dangerous things that we can do as authors, as speakers, is not be intentional about our mindset every day. That is the most dangerous things that you can do. Because when you are not intentional about your mindset, you set yourself up for failure. When you are not intentional about your mindset, you set yourself up to fall apart throughout the day. Because there will be someone, good morning, Jeff, how are you? You set yourself up for failure. Because there will be something in your day that will come to rock you. There will be an obstacle in your path. There will be somebody who doesn't like you. There will be somebody who talks bad to you. There will be somebody who talks down to you. There will be somebody who tries to sit you and put you off of track. There will be somebody. There will be somebody. So guess what? If you have not set your mind in the morning, then you've already given them the victory. Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard that. If you have not been intentional about your mindset in the morning, you have already given that person that is going to come against you, you've already given that obstacle the victory over your day. Oh, it's great to see you. Listen, you've already given them the victory over your day. And so you got to be intentional. So, what did you do this morning? And if you did nothing, that ends today. What will you do tomorrow? What will you do tomorrow to set your intentions for your day? One of the things thought about was how, back in the day, and they still do it, but they don't put as much emphasis on it. When we would start our day in school, when we would start, before we would start, what would we do? The Pledge of Allegiance. Because they wanted you to be in a mindset of, you're doing this because you are a citizen, because you are this, because you have this privilege, and you're going to take full of advantage of this. They did it for a reason. It was to get it in your mindset that this is how you should be thinking throughout your day while you're at school, because you're here for a purpose. Now our children don't even have to say the pledge. Right, Jeffrey? It was that you had to have that respect. They don't even stand for the pledge anymore in high schools. It's a choice. They're not even there's no there it's a choice. But then we disrespect teachers, we disrespect the administration, we disrespecting our parents, but we're not given that intention. Come on. They say it in some places. They say it, but not all schools say it anymore. And then they don't have to say it. The students themselves don't have to say it. It's not mandatory. It's not something that is set in stone anymore. So they say it, but you don't have to say it with them. And I know because I've had this conversation with my own children. And so this is the mindset. So we have to get back to setting our intentions. What's your intentions in the morning? So setting your intentions goes with a couple of things. They say, one of the most valuable things you can do in your morning, to start your morning, is to make your bed, because you've already accomplished one goal. You've already accomplished one goal by making your bed in the morning. So yeah, that's true. But before you even get up out the bed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Your first thoughts. What are you doing in the morning? That is valuable, because that will set you up for everything else. Then when you get out your bed, you make your bed. Now you can't make your bed if your spouse is still in the bed. That's a little disrespectful. Don't do that. I don't want no problems. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no wives coming to me telling me he made the bed and I was still in it. I don't want none of that. But I need you to have this understanding. You have to do an action and complete something. And I was teaching this a few weeks ago in a training. I said, once you complete something, it gives you momentum to complete the next task. It gives you momentum to complete the next task. So you need to go and complete one thing. It leads to you completing so many other things. Come on, right? Look, you stumbling for the coffee pot in the morning. Listen, we got to be intentional. So that was number one, is that I got to be more intentional about what I'm doing with my mornings. That's how I'm repositioning my mind for success. Because I want to reposition my mind for success. Successful people, they don't get up stressed out in the morning. If they do, it's because they choose to, because they haven't given that whatever that is to somebody else to handle. But the majority of them have stuff that they go and they give to other people. They learn how to delegate things. So that's number two. What are you holding on to and taking care of that you don't need to have your hands on? Mm. What are you holding on to and taking care of that you don't need to have your hands on? So many times we get flustered and we get into this habit of wanting to touch everything. And because it's our baby, we want to make sure everything goes right. But this is the thing. The things that we're touching is not our area of expertise. And so we're touching things that are not our area of expertise, which is taking us extra time than what it would have took someone who that was their area. That's their expertise. So it's taking us 3 hours to do a landing page that it would have took somebody else a half hour to do. And in them 3 hours, we could have been working with clients. In those 3 hours, we could have been doing something that was our area of expertise. How does that mean? What do you mean when it comes to how is that repositioning your mind? Because in your mind, nobody is going to love your baby the way you love your baby. In your mind, no one is going to love your baby the way you love your baby, but that's not true. That's not true. There are going to be people that love your baby the same capacity that you love your baby. You have to find those or love the pieces that you give to them. They're going to love that more than you could ever love it. Learning to delegate is so valuable. It's important. That's how we reposition our mind for success. Stop thinking that we have to be a jack of all trades. We don't. We don't have to be a jack of all trades. We don't have to do every single thing. We don't have to have our hands in everything. Because guess what? Everything is not going to make us successful. Everything is not going to be valuable to us. And if we continue to put our hands on things that are not valuable to us, we devalue ourselves in the process. Come on. Exactly. Come on. And there will be people that love your baby more than you. I know we think, I'm a mom, I understand. I know we think that we love our children. Listen, can't nobody love our children like we love our children, but that's not true. There's a love that we have, but there's someone that can love them just as much in a different way because at some point they'll be married and have a spouse. At some point they'll have children of their own, and they'll each love them to the same capacity as you, but in a different way. We have to have that understanding when it comes to our business and our brand. I get it. Everybody's like, let me go and take a Canva class and let me go do that. Is that what you're supposed to be doing for your brand? Or can you delegate that out? See, the reason why we're stressed out is because we taking on stuff that we don't need to touch. Stop that. Is that what you need to be doing? If it's not, please delegate it. So number one is I need to be intentional about how I start my day. Number two is I need to learn to delegate things so that way I'm not putting my hands on every single thing. Number three is at the end of your day, look at what you accomplished. Look at what you may not have accomplished. Write it down, look it over, but leave it on that paper. How are you ending your night? Some of you, the reason why you're waking up stressed is because you were stressed before you went to bed. You need to have something calming you before you go to bed. What are you listening to when you go to sleep? Are you praying before bed? Are you studying something before bed? What are you doing at the end of your day? Some of you just hop in bed. At the end of the day, you don't do any of that. Come on. What are you doing at the end of your day? I'm going to tell you something. When you decide to reposition your mind for success, what you will do is you will stop saying yes to everybody and every opportunity. When you reposition your mind for success, you will stop going after something just because they said it's the new thing to do. You will stop going after what people are just throwing at you, and you'll stop getting scammed because you've repositioned your mind for success. Successful people don't say yes to every opportunity. They say yes to the opportunities that they need or want. You won't have people talking you into stuff. Oh, I know that hurt. You will not have people talking you into things. So this is the point where you need to get in focus and say, if I keep falling for the same thing from different people, it's time for me to reposition my mind for success. If I can go on my web, if you can go on your laptop, and this is an aha moment, and most of my clients went through this process because we're doing this purge. And so if you can go on your laptop and go through the webinars on your laptop, and the webinars are about the same thing, it's time for you to reposition your mind. It's time for you to reposition your mind. If you can go on your phone or on your laptop or on your tablet, and literally you have ebooks about the same exact thing, it's time for you to reposition your mind, because you have what you need. You have the tools what you need to succeed. You're not using them. There's something that needs to be repositioned here. Come on. Come on. You got to learn to say no way more. Come on. I had to learn to stop saying yes to everything, because my yes is valuable. And if I don't value my yes, nobody else will. I don't know if y'all caught that. I'll repeat it for the cheap seats just in case. If I don't value my yes, no one else will. And so they'll do less and less work to get a yes from me. They'll give me less and less value for my yes if I don't value my yes. See the difference between someone who is successful has learned to value their yes. Come on. They've learned to value their yes because they see that there's something within their yes that shifts something for their future. There's something within their yes that shifts something for their legacy. Y'all may not be Beyonce fans, and that's fine. But Beyonce said yes to doing Coachella for a lesser amount because she was determined that she was going to own her stuff. And from that yes at Coachella, she went and she said yes to doing a Netflix special. She said yes to doing an album. Have you seen anybody else at Coachella do that? When you value your yes, you will make decisions better. But you gotta shift your mind first. You have to. When you value your yes, you won't just show up for anybody. It's a hard fact. It's hard to deal with. But many of us don't value our yes to the point where we go and we're hopping from person to person to person, trying to get some inspiration, trying to get some motivation, trying to get some insight. But guess what? You hopping from person to person is not moving you forward. Come on. Come on. You hopping from person to person is not getting you, it's not moving you forward. Because guess what? They could be giving you the same information, but you're not sitting still to get the accountability. Y'all better come on this morning. You're not sitting still to get the accountability. You're not sitting still to get the full value of what the yes means, because you're going and you're right on to the next person. You're going and you're right into the next thing. You're not even spending time focusing on what it is you said you wanted to do. And this is what it leads to. When we have not repositioned our mind, when we have not gone in and done the work, we find ourselves doing something for money because we're not doing what we love. We find ourselves doing everything for money. We find ourselves doing things that do not line up with our values. We find ourselves doing things that do not line up with our core goals. It doesn't line up with anything that we said we wanted to do. It doesn't line up with who we said our name is. We do things that are outside of us because we did not value our yes. And I've seen so many people do it. And when you don't value your yes, you will end up in a space, in a place that is unfamiliar to you. It doesn't feel good. I see so many people that are going and moving. They're trying, they're doing something, they're on that hamster wheel, and they're not seeing progress. They're not seeing progress. one of the most valuable things that I did was when I started my accountability community a couple years ago, because I said to people, I said, in this community, my confession and my commitment to you is that you will no longer waste time, energy, and money, because you will be in a community where you will have access to a lot of the things that you need. And if it's something that I don't provide, I'll bring somebody to you that can provide it for you. But I will not allow you to be in a space where you will keep going from person to person to person, spending money that you don't need to spend. And it made all the difference, because the ones that actually came in and took advantage of what it was that I was sharing, the ones that came in and took advantage of the information that I was giving, guess what ended up happening? They started to see a shift. They started to see a shift in their mind. They started to see a shift in their money. They started seeing shifts in their business. They started seeing shifts in their communities. They started finding out that people were watching them to do, figure out what they were doing and how they were doing. They started getting ahas and increase. I just got some feedback from one of my clients who she was just like, she did her conference this year and everybody was like, yo, you just took, this was at a whole nother level. What happened? Your yes is valuable. And if your yes and you get into a program and you don't see the shift, you don't see something changing, you don't see something that's positive that's happening within your business, and there's a problem. There's a problem. Can I tell y'all why we won't go and stop doing it? Why we won't go and leave that community, why we won't go and find a community that we can thrive in, is because we've gotten so comfortable and we don't want to make anybody mad. We don't want to make anybody mad. We want to stay connected to that person. One of the ways that we devalue ourselves is staying connected to somebody because of their name, not because of who they are as a person. Staying connected to somebody because of their notoriety, not because of a value that they give. And so we drain ourselves that way because we have to put on a facade in order for us to be able to be in that space. A lot of times we have to go and we have to put on a mask in order for us to be in that space. Come on. Come on. Brittany said it. Look, that's it. Fear of losing that connection. And so we're scared to say yes, say no. We're scared to walk away. We're scared to shut things down. Listen, even the littlest things. You want to understand what I'm talking about? Guess what? How many people have gone and signed up for a program and ain't used it? It's just running and coming out your account. We signed up for a gym membership and it's just running. And we won't go. We want to be able to say that I have a gym membership. Come on. I know that went a little deep. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. We don't want to be one to say that we don't have a gym membership, but we're not using the gym membership. And so that money is coming out of our account every day or every month or every week, and we're not using it. We go, and this is a big one. And as part of the purge, this is something that I talk about with my clients all the time, is purging those things we really don't need. How many of you have cable, but you never are home to watch TV? But we want to be able to say that we can watch it when we want to, right? Come on. Look, Jeff said, ha, guilty. Come on. How many of us have cable that we don't use, but we want to be able to say we have cable? We're not even home to. I knew I was working at 1.2 jobs and was paying for cable, and I wasn't home. Wasn't home, but I was paying for it just because I wanted to be able to say I could watch something if I wanted to watch it. But you're not home. How many people are going and paying for I listen, this was the big one. How many of you on the suggestion of someone else paid for a service for something for your business? It was for your business and you not even using it. But it's coming out your account. We got cloud services that we paying for. How many of you have 3 and 4 cloud services that you paying for when you only need 2? Come on. Come on. Look. Look, Nikki said you get messy this morning. It's the truth though. We gotta change. That's not the success mindset. Warren Buffett drives a Cadillac. And it's not no new decked out Cadillac. He drives a Cadillac. You got to understand our value. Our yes is valuable, but we got to shift that mindset. Reposition your mind for success. When you're repositioning your mind for success, guess what? I'm going to show up different. My conversations are going to be different. My yes is going to mean something because I'm showing up with a mindset of success. I said this, yesterday when I was talking to the community, the free community. I said, when your mindset is different, when you've shifted it and repositioned it, a book, you won't always be struggling to sell a book for $10 or $20 or $15 because you'll see that book as a resource. And so sometimes you won't sell the book at all. Sometimes it'll be something that you use as a business card, something that you hand to someone with the potential of something else. Like we don't have this understanding because we don't have a mindset of success. We have a mindset of lack. And so because I'm always hustling and grinding and trying to make that almighty dollar, I don't see the value in what I have in my hand. Changing your vantage point means that I understand that my book is more than just a book. It's more than just a way for me to make money. Come on. That's it. It's so much more than just a book. It's so much more than just a way for me to make another $25. It's so much more than that. And when we have that understanding, it shifts everything. Because now my class is more than just a class. It's a way for me to change people's lives. My community is more than just a community. It's a way for me to change people's lives. My blog, my podcast is more than a blog and a podcast. It's a way for me to give people exposure. See, this is the thing. When you are so closed-minded and your vantage point is only about what you can do for you, I don't know who this for. Y'all better catch it. When it's only about what you can do for you can't do for anyone else at the highest capacity. You can't. You cannot do for anyone else at the highest capacity when your mindset is only shifted as to what I can gain out of it. There's a difference. And when you learn that difference, changes everything. Changes everything. Come on. It changes everything. Exactly. We have to be understand. And when you get that, man, that's the success mind. That's the success mindset. You don't see Eric Thomas going and waking up and going live trying to hustle for y'all to buy a book from him. You see him go and give you content. You don't see, matter of fact, if you watch Gary Vee, you don't see Gary Vee go and promote his own book. He may do it. You may see one broadcast where he's talking about a book launch. But you don't see him going in every day, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. You don't see him every day, buy my class, get into my membership. You don't see him doing that every day. What you see him doing is bringing value. People with a success mindset bring value. What is the value that you're bringing to people? When you determine that you're going to bring value to people, they will pay any price for that value you bring. It was a story somebody shared on their timeline, and I absolutely love it. I've heard it told a couple different ways. And so it was a man, he said, he was in the hospital, he was dying, and he said to his son, he wanted to talk to him. And so he gave his son, he said he gave him this watch, and it was an old watch. And he said, well, before you just sell the watch or anything, I want you to go and find out, how much it would cost. Let them know I want to sell it, but find out how much they would give you. And so he went to one person, and one person said, oh, it's an old watch, I'll give you like $5 for it. And so he came back, he told his father. His father said, okay, find somebody else and see what they say. So he went to a pawn shop. Pawn shop says, oh, it's an old watch. We may give you like $20 for it. He said, okay, go to another one. He went to a museum. I think the museum said, we'll give you like $1 million for it, or like $500,000 or $1 million, because it was an old watch, because of the type of watch it was, and they couldn't find that watch anywhere else. It's about the value of the person that you're talking to, the value that they see in what you're delivering. Some of you, the reason why you're not getting more clients is because you're not talking to people who value what it is you have. You're not in a community with people that value what it is that you have. You're not talking to the people that value what it is that you're offering. And so, yeah, they're going to say that $20 is going to be all they will pay, because that's all they see you as. But you'll get into a community with somebody else who pay you $20,000 for that same amount of time, for that same information, the same book. The mindset has to shift, because if it doesn't shift, we'll be okay with just saying that the person that wants to give us $5, it's okay. We'll be okay with just always going and saying the person that wants to just give us 20, it's okay. And we'll never look for anything outside of that. Good morning, Clara. We'll never look for anything outside of that. We got to change our mindset. Come on. Come on. Jeff said it. Don't cast your pearls before swine. But when we had that understanding, listen, somebody asked me a question. They said, they got on the phone with me to do a call, and were like, I know that you have programs, I know that you have classes and memberships, but you don't talk about them. Like, you're not sharing a link every time you go live. Why is that? I don't have to. The people that see value in what I'm sharing, they'll come and get the link. They'll come and get in the membership. I don't have to chase anybody down anymore. I don't have to chase anybody down. You're going to see the value in it. You're going to come and do it. You're going to make the commitment. Because if I'm chasing you down, you're not committed to this. And that's a different mindset. Everybody's not going to see that. But if I have to chase you, you're not committed to it. And granted, I understand some people forget, and yes, the fortune is in the follow-up, but I shouldn't have to follow up with you 10 times. When you see value in something, you'll do whatever you have to do in order to have it. Right or wrong. People stand in line for how long to get new Jordans. They stand in line for how long? Hey, Jarmel, good morning. They stand in line for how long to get a new iPhone, to get a new iPad? People will pay for what they see value in. And when they decide that they see value in it, they will pay top dollar. They will pay top dollar when they see the value in it. The reason why Eric Thomas was just able to go and sell $400,000 worth of freaking books is because they see the value in him. Does he still speak for free? He does. He still has opportunities where he speaks for free at schools. He still has some things that he does. Come on. Good morning. He still has things that he does for free. This is the thing. We get so caught up because we don't see the value. So while we're trying to get $10 for a book, he done got 400,000 for a book. Because it's a success mindset. You gotta think different, guys. You gotta think different. Exactly. And I had to understand that in my own mindset. I had to understand that in my own business, in my own life. If I gotta chase you down, then it's not really that, it's not of importance to you. But when I tell you something, man, it's definitely been a shift within this last year. I understood it because I had to remove myself from, that was the community mindset that I was in. You got to chase people. You got to chase. Everybody's chasing everybody. I don't know. You don't need to chase. You need to show up with value. And when I made that distinction, everything changed. Everything changed. Even when it comes to who I started connecting with, I look back and I said, okay, I said yes to that opportunity, but I really wasn't invested in that opportunity because I didn't market it the way I should have marketed it. But I said yes to it because I didn't value my yes. Now that I value my yes, I'm looking at opportunities and I'm like, okay, I see what opportunities I want to say yes to because I value my yes and I know what that's going to bring. When I connect with somebody, I connect with you, I'm going to promote the heck out of you. I'm going to do all types of stuff. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to scream your name from the mountaintops. But when I see other people don't see the value in me that way, you got to take that, you got to step back and do a reevaluation and say, okay, so what is really going on here? And sometimes it's just everybody just needs to have that mental shift. Everybody just needs to have that moment where they go and kind of switch things around for themselves. But I've literally come in contact with so many people and they're in these communities, and that's the mindset in the community. You need to chase people down. No. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna share with y'all some insight that y'all probably didn't know, but it's public knowledge, but it's not something that's really discussed. So when you see a new artist perform at an award show, like Essence Fest, or not even award show, I'll say like Essence Fest, people are paying for that opportunity. They're paying for that opportunity to perform. There's a different price for them to perform on different stages. They have to pay because they're paying for the exposure of being able to say that they're at such and such an event. They're not a headliner, so they're not being paid. They have to pay. But when you go and you're at a certain level, they are going to pay you to be at the event because your name holds weight. Because people know your name and will show up because of your name. Do you see the difference? At one point I'm going to have to make investments within myself to in order for my name to be put in certain areas. But then there comes a shift where my name, it holds weight. My presence, it holds weight. And now people are going to pay me to be in certain places because my name holds weight. Some of you have been in the game for 10 years and you still haven't gotten to a point where your name holds weight because you're still at a part where you're trying to put your name in places where you haven't showed up with value to the point where people are coming for you. You're still chasing opportunities. And that will always put you at a deficit. Okay, thank you for coming in, Jeff. I appreciate you. You're always going to come in at a deficit because you don't even see the true value in yourself. Having a success mindset, repositioning your mind for success. We need to come in knowing our value. And if you cannot determine what your value is right now, then you need to go back to the drawing board. You need to sit down and say, what is it that I offer the world? What is it that I offer my target audience? If you don't know that, then all those classes you took were for nothing. If all you can say that you offer is a book, all them classes was for nothing. Right, Nikki? All them classes were for nothing. If all you can say is you can offer a class, all that was for nothing. It's funny because this year I was able to align up with someone who was able to give me literally they shifted my words because of what I said I offer, and they're like, no, I see you offering so much more. And so when I say that I unmute the voice of women, that's what I do. Everything I touch, when it comes to unmuting your voice, that's in your business, that's in your life. Helping you to tell your story is unmuting your voice in your life. Unmuting your voice in your business is getting you visibility, exposure, opportunities. I get it though. Come on, look, and they won't. There's a lot that won't. There's a lot that won't. Nikki said it. She said coaches won't tell you either. And we've gotten to a point where people are taking classes, and you taking one class thinking that that's going to be the be all to change your life. I only have I have one, two, three classes that I teach. One for podcasting, one for speaking, and one for finding your voice. That's it. I'm not about to give you a class on how to do email marketing. I'm not about to give you a class on how to do Facebook ads. I'm not trying to be a jack of all trades. Everything I touch is about you finding your voice and having your voice heard. Define your voice, podcasting, and speaking. That's it. I stopped being all over the place. I stopped having 20 and 30 different programs and all of these different products. And I got all that. But what for? To be able to say I have it? Mm-mm. Look, exactly. To say I have it? People got ebooks for days. We did some special stuff. I told them this weekend, I go ahead. We uploading all this extra stuff we got in there. Before you go and pay for something else, go in the community, look at the unit for resources, and get what you need. See if it's there before you pay another dime. Before you go and download another thing, go in there. That's the value of being in a community that cares about you as a person, that values who you are. You're not gonna find that nowhere else. It's time for us to shift the status quo. It's time for us, and we can't expect anybody else to do the shift if we're not willing to do the shift ourselves. So when we're willing to do the shift, people have to fall in alignment. They either fall in alignment or they got to move around. That's what happens. So I see you guys doing some valuable things. I see you doing some amazing things in your business and brands. But it starts with you shifting and repositioning your mind for success. So you have three things. What are you doing in the morning? How are you delegating things to people? And what are you doing in the evening before you go to sleep? That's going to be the first way that we shift our mindset. Is our day. What does that look like in those three areas? Because somebody's waiting on us. So I appreciate you guys. I have so much to get done for today. Super excited. We are on day 4 of the World Voice Summit. If you have not done so already, make sure that you go and register bit.ly/WVL Summit. That part. Look. Yes, WVL Summit 20. That is the link for you guys to join us. Man, it's been crazy. Yesterday we had some snafus. So we had, oh my goodness, videos wasn't working, tech wasn't working, all types of stuff. It happens, right? But the show must go on. And so we literally have speakers coming in from all over the world all month long to educate and empower the attendees to elevate in business and in life for 2020. That is what it is all about. I am super excited. For those of you who do not know, I'm Alta Pelzer, your voice manager. I unmute the voice of women who are ready to speak about or speak up about what has kept her silent for way too long. That is what I do. That is who I am. And I look forward to talking to you guys later. So don't forget to press it out. See ya.